Hello everyone, and I hope you are doing great. Happy Ramadan again, and we hope the best for everyone who is watching us right now. As you may know, that every Friday we organize international English language teaching webinars. We invite very special guest speakers from Morocco and other nationalities who share with you their expertise, skills, knowledge about topics related to English language teaching. So before introducing our featured guest speaker, I would like again to introduce Global Bass Foundation. So Global Bass Foundation is a non-governmental organization based in Morocco. And its purpose is to empower both youth and teachers. So our organization offers very interesting and very inspiring programs on English language teaching, TEFL, TESOL, project management, marketing, self-development, coaching, etc. We also offer a very interesting program, 120-hour TEFL course, face-to-face and online. And in the summer, there is an intensive course, 120 hours for 1 month. So if you are interested, you can contact us. Global Bass Foundation empowers youth and teachers not only in Morocco, but in several countries, such as China, Spain, France, Tunisia, Algeria, the UK. And also, we organize seminars and conferences. And this summer is the second Rabat International Conference on English Language Teaching. And there are a lot of surprises because we have invited very special guest speakers from Morocco and outside Morocco, international speakers. Great. I'm Hossein Kassiras, the moderator of tonight's webinar, and I'm very glad to invite a very special guest speaker coming from Turkey, but he's from Syria. So
from Syria, yes.
Syria, yes.
Syria,
thank you. Mr. Mehamet is a Syrian educator and trainer. He's also the cultural director and a poet recognized by the British Council. And he teaches in Turkey in different schools. To know more about our special guest speaker, I would like to give the floor to Mehmet to talk about himself and to introduce himself. But before that, again, his topic is very interesting. His topic is about creating an enjoyable learning environment, creating a positive learning environment. So his topic will be about music and language. And I'm sure that tonight we are going to have so much fun because we do believe that to engage and to motivate your learners, we need to sing songs. We need music. Mr. Mehamet, the floor is yours. Thank you.
Thank you very much, and I appreciate your nice invitation to be speaking at your Global Buzz Foundation. That's a great privilege, and I'm very happy to be sharing my experience all over the world, and especially with you in Morocco. Hopefully one day I'll be able to visit your nice country. My name is Mehamet Guens. Yes, thank you very much, my friend. My name is Mehamet Guens. I'm a Syrian educator and writer, and also I'm a director of culture and arts in St. Louis, United States of America. I'm a poet recognized by the British Council, and I'm an English teacher working for Nineveh International School. So as you can see back behind me, this is the school I work for, which I'm proudly with pride and extreme respect and esteem, which I respect and cherish this school very much. I've been working for them for more than 7 years now. I also work for other different Turkish schools, one is called charter school. So when before we hit the road, I would like to have a word of appreciation for Nineveh School and all my friends and colleagues from Turkey, the United States, Syria, and Iraq. But as you can see, I've mentioned their names down. For example, Mr. Firas, Nineveh School, Mr. Omar, Mr. Wad, Mr. Saad, Mr. Hussein, Mr. Abdullah, Mr. Qutayba, Mr. Hazim, Mr. Qabbani, Abdul Hamid Qabbani, Mr. Abdul Wahab, Mr. Suleiman, and Ms. Sima. Meanwhile, my friends and my colleagues and people who I work with who are directors and big supporters, which I have big appreciation, and I'm speechless for them for their countless support. For example, the nice lady, Debbie Wodraska, who's also a director of one of the nonprofit organizations in the United States, Terry Choi, who is a great friend, who has been a friend of mine and supported all the way to become a teacher and become a well-known educator and writer. Regardless, we cannot forget that Marcel and Angela, who have been supporting me as well. And finally, Sally, who's a publisher for books and publication house in Tennessee. We can't forget that there are great people who have impacted my life, especially back in Syria, who are Mr. Faisal Amoum, who's a great and a fine teacher who has been teaching English more than 35 years. And he has also taught many different countries and many parts of the world. We cannot forget the nice lady who I owe much of respect and gratitude. Her name is Safal Ubaidi, and the nice and amazing professor or lecturer who had taught us at university. His name is Atfan Aloush. He's a master of poetry and words. Back in Iraq, I would like to thank my friends and my colleagues, Mr. Nahad, Mr. Ubaidi, and Mr. Hisham. So today's topic is going to be about music and language. So as I stated earlier, I'm a director of arts and culture in the United States. I'm an English teacher at Nineveh School. As you can see back behind me, this is the school I work for. And I'm also a Syrian educator and writer. I've designed my own curriculum within the field of education, to make English accessible, fun, interesting, and amusing for students, whether they are Syrians, Iraqis, and Turkish as well. I'm also a poet recognized by the British Council, who is the only one who can write in English language. And I was awarded a travel grant under the British Council to go to the UK and develop the whole process of creative writing. Finally, I'm working as an English teacher at Charter School, which is in Ankara. As we said, mixing English and music is not an easy process. It's really quite complicated. But what I do believe in is when we have English with music, we have love. And when we have this feeling, we can develop human mind. We have human connection. We can improve, empower, cultivate learners, whether they are natives or even non-natives. As often said, music is a universal language. That's quite a profound philosophical idea. As you can see in this nice picture, the one gentleman is asking another gentleman, amazing, okay, can you translate this into music as you said? So as a profound philosophical idea, music is a universal language, but how can you have this profound philosophy into action? It's indeed a complex process, but I was able to do that at Nineveh International School and have this wonderful experience with my friends. As you can see, music and language do share a fine quality in order to help us remember words or a certain word and even certain phrase or phrases as well. Since the dawn of humanity, it has been written down and passed from one generation to another. What is sung, it can be easily memorized and easily remembered. And the purpose of that is to preserve and contain and keep all types of culture for a human speech. And we keep in mind that any certain type of human speech is sublime, and it has all its qualities and pattern of speech that humans do have and hold. That's why I started my own ways called Singing Journey. There is a nice poem by a great poet. His name is Robert Frost, and he said, "The road not taken." So this is the first time that somebody has done a kind of mixture between English and music. For example, teaching English in a musical way. What do I mean by this is I create my own curriculum, my own lyrics, my own patterns, for example, in grammar, in vocabulary, in reading a text, in writing. Then I compose them into a musical melody. That's why I have chosen education to be my own journey in order to share, care, and dare, whether it's locally or internationally. And this journey is quite a timeless journey because, when we sing or as soon as we have different musical instruments that are playing around us, that that melody, that journey starts to show us an amazing feeling, which resemble the human spirit. As the music is on, we start to chant, we start to hum naturally. Moreover, we just respond spontaneously because music plays a vital role to transform us marvelously, whether we are in Africa, whether we are in Sudan, whether we are in Florida, or whether we are in Turkey. It's because, as we said earlier, music is an international and universal language, and it can be understood by all people, no matter who they are and where they are, even if they are local or international or worldwide. So how can we form this kind of complex process? Well, we need some certain elements like melody. Melody is indeed an essential way to a language or a culture. That's why within melody we need rhythm. A rhythm is known to be a part of a certain culture and a heritage within a certain part or other parts of the world. This this mixture of melody and rhythm is a fine and sublime approach as to form the outcome of this complex process and having it in a simple and direct way in order to have a magnificent finesse melody with delicacy and delight. My purpose in education is to make what we study simple, what we study, to make it accessible, to make it enjoyable for students. Because nowadays we don't have a lot of time to read, we don't have a lot of time to have books and just read. We communicate through pictures, we communicate through videos. That's why we have now many people in the world that are having jobs like YouTubers, TikTokers. That's why also trying to bring the whole education system or the whole education process and make it accessible, simple, to have a magnificent outcome. Because now, when we communicate with each other, we communicate with pictures, with motion, with television, with videos, with short videos. For example, when you scroll down TikTok, when you watch TikTok, when you watch videos on Facebook, that's now, I think it's my way. It's pretty interesting and pretty useful for this this time. Once Aaron Coppold said a wise and amazing saying, which I do think is quite great. So long as the human spirit thrives on this planet, music is some living form will accompany and sustain it. So let me just take this up. So music supports the brain development, and one of the main things that music does play is to reduce the anxiety and let our attention be focused on, be concentrated more and more. And we can control our emotions, and we can also increase self-esteem, particularly for academic stress. That's why I told you earlier. Now we're living in an age of stress. That's why we need something short, simple, direct, because there's an English saying that says brevity is the soul of wit. That's why you have to be, brief, concise, and direct to the point. As we said earlier, music also cultivates and helps to have a human connection between each other. Many studies and reviews have shown that there is an increase for music, that what can music can bring to us. Music can bring us united with harmony, whether we are in different parts of the world or we're in the same country. Music can bring us together. Okay. So, does music have any borders? No, it doesn't. So, music is boundless and it can travel all over the time and all over the world. So, music is the art of arranging sound in time to produce composition through the elements of melody, harmony, and rhythm. So, it is one of the universal cultural aspects of human society. What language cannot do, music can do. For example, when music, as Jen Chappell said, music begins where the possibilities of a language end. Let's see now what's the relation between brain and music. Brain is considered a fine organ and structure. For many researchers believe that classical music can increase brain activity and may make listeners to be smart or be more creative or more intellectual. That's called the Mozart effect, which is based on classical music. And in recent studies, they have found that people with dementia can respond, better to music as they grow up by listening to it. So let's have the kind of comparison between the right brain and left brain. If you can see, with the right brain, we have creative, imaginative, feelings, intuitive, conceptual, arts and music, multitasking, visualization. Meanwhile, we have with the left brain, we have analytical, logical, language, reasoning, strategy, scientific, literal, and sequential. Now let's see brain right versus left. This theory is, some people are left-brained, some people are right-brained. It means that some people can use their brain, more with the right, more with the left. So it depends on each person, because each person is quite different and it's quite unique. That's why if you are mostly analytical, if you use more analytics, if you have more analytical and methodical way of thinking, you are said to be a left-brained. But if you tend to be more creative and be more artistic, you are thought to be right-brained. So how does our body change to adapt to singing? How can our body adapt to singing? Well, the answer is quite simple. Musical activities can stimulate the full development in every area of our brain of our human brain. It can help us in vision, balance, speech, behavior. Moreover, it can help us more with sensation and skills, movement, and emotion. I'll try to show you one of the examples that I have done at Nineveh School here in Turkey last year. So as you can see, we have a gathering of students, and I told them how to use verb to be in a sentence, then how to use simple words into a music. How can we turn simple things into fun and amusing statements that can be used and they are unforgettable. So let's watch this nice clip.
I guess there is no sound. Yes, Mehmet, we cannot hear. The video has got no voice.
Sorry, you can't. Okay. 1 minute. Um. Hmm. I thought you were able to. Okay. Maybe I'll try to show it to you with my phone. So that was one of the examples that I was able to do at the school using, I think we're back at the beginning, at the school of Nineveh School, which I was able to do it with the students with the ninth grade. This was an example of how can we use simple words to make them amusing for students, to make them unforgettable, to make them fun, to make them delightful, amusing, and unforgettable. You were able to watch the video, right?
Yes, the video was working, but the sound was not. I guess, can you, Mr. Mehmet, can you stop sharing just to connect the sound to the computer? And then I guess it's gonna work.
Okay. Is that okay now?
Yes, sir. All right. Just 1 second. Yeah, can you try now?
Okay, let me try to go back to share screen. All right. How about now?
The same problem.
I see.
Yeah.
I see. Okay. Would you like me to show the video again
So
via my?
let me make you the co-host. Can you try again the last time?
Would you like me to show the video again?
Yes, that would be helpful. Yeah.
Okay. Let me just try to do that via my cell phone. I think maybe it's sounds a little bit better. Okay. Let's try. How about now?
Wonderful. Yeah, thank you.
It's my
Very
pleasure.
interesting.
That's my pleasure, my friend.
Right.
All right. Any questions so far?
So the questions are about the importance of using music or about your presentation up to now?
I'm not done yet, but if there are any questions, I'm willing to hear them.
Great.
If there are no questions, I can move ahead.
Yes. Okay, yeah. So when there's a question, I'm gonna report it. Yeah. Go
All
ahead.
right.
Thank you.
All right. So this is also, I hope this video will be, we'll be working. It's also the same thing I did with 2 words, like every day, English and English every day. I hope it can work. Are you able to see the video?
Yes. But the sound is not clear.
I beg your pardon?
The sound of the video is not clear. We cannot hear.
All right, let me just try to find something else otherwise. Okay. Okay, I'll show you via my cell phone, so.
Yeah.
All right. Let's. So this is also another example how I was able to create something within, for example, the 2 words every day, English and English every day. And we made a whole song about it. We even made 3, I also have written 3 books about everyday English. So I believe that if you have something simple, you can be creative and be innovative to have a fine outcome for your students. If there's a nice saying in English language which is called necessity is the mother of invention. So we had to be creative because we have difficult times and we have we have big responsibilities to make our students and let them be interested in our topic, because teaching a foreign language is not an easy thing to do. So this connection between English and music is an outstanding connection between language and music, which can be deeply profound and timeless since the creation and the evolution of humanity. We cannot deny that music is a universal language as it travels all over the world, yet music can and will reach every heart and soul, locally, internationally, and even worldwide. Music is considered as a sense of hearing, an expression of human nature for good. What force, power, money can do, music can do better. What are the benefits of music? Why do we use music in our class? Or why do I use music especially in my own classes? Well, using music has numerous benefits. To summarize some of them, the benefits of music, whether in early childhood or even adulthood. Social skills, they can help teamwork, they can be a voice of expression, and the students will be able to express themselves easily and freely. It's because it's a form of self-expression. Language, every language has sounds, and within music we can repeat what we have listened to through rhymes and rhythm. Minor skills, like it can give us strength, and it can give us hand to touch and eyes to see and ears to listen. It can also provide us with emotional skills like being able to feel safe, being able to feel secure, being able to feel confident in oneself. And finally, cognitive development. What do you mean by that? It means it can help you to concentrate. It helps you to be good listener, and you can be able to have some kind of cognitive skills with problem solving. What's my final thought? My final thought is I do firmly believe that music is beyond imagination, a powerful way to express everything, whether it's a feeling, our attitude of mind, psychological mood, or any form of human nature. It is often said that music appears to express something which can be called an illusion and not a reality. Yet music cannot be easily understood as any certain language. Well, that's all I have got. Thank you for listening.
Thank you, Mr. Mehmet, for your very interesting presentation about integrating music in EFL classes and how to create an enjoyable and a positive learning environment.
Yes.
Great. So, yes, so for, our international audience who are following us on Facebook, please, if you have any questions, you are most welcome here, and our guest speaker will be glad to react. So, for the first question is, what challenges have you faced when you were having fun through singing songs with your learners?
There were many challenges, to be honest. There were psychological challenges. There were challenges that I wasn't able to get my message across easily. But at the end of the day, I was able to do that because, as I said, necessity is the mother of invention. And the more, when there is a will, there is a way. No matter how the challenges are, if you just do your best and let God do the rest. I think you're muted. I can't hear you, my friend.
Yes, that's wonderful. Thank you. There's another question, Ishraq Mbarki. And by the way, Ishraq Mbarki is a teacher trainee here in Rabat. Her question is, what kind of music you are talking about? And is there, is the instrument or the lyrics, which one is important, the instrument or the lyrics?
Well, they are both vital and important in the process of education and this amazing journey. You need proper lyrics, proper and appropriate vocabulary and words with the proper instruments. For example, when we created the Everyday English, we were able to do that with one of my Turkish friends who is also a great musician. We were able to get music with the music and words together to have a final outcome or amazing outcome. So you need the proper lyrics, proper vocabulary, and proper instruments, whether it's a guitar or maybe a simple drum, maybe like this. One apple a day keeps the doctor away. One apple a day keeps the doctor away, and so forth.
Wonderful, very interesting. Yes, great. Another, by the way, there are a lot of questions here.
No problem.
Nuh Bahda, his question is, your method of mixing between language and music seems kind of fruitful so far. My question, kind of fruitful so far. My question is, how would it be if you try to apply the same method, at more advanced levels?
Advanced level. Well, I was able to do that with SAT, GED, and other advanced skills with reading and writing. For example, with reading, for example, teaching vocabulary, for example, the word fancy, for example, fancy. You know, the a nice city in France is called Nancy. So it's like this. Fancy is Nancy. Nancy is fancy. So I was able to do that, whether it's basic level or advanced level, with
Very interesting.
Syrians, Iraqis, Turkish, and even with native speakers who are Americans.
Wonderful. Yeah, that's nice. Yeah. Nuh Bahda added another question. He
Go
said,
ahead.
and to what extent the use of this method is fruitful not only on soft skills, but also in terms of academic achievement proficiency?
Regarding the proficiency, there are other techniques that I can use. This technique is used for ESL and EFL. And the reason why I'm doing this, or the reason behind I'm following my own method and my own way, my own journey, is to let students enjoy.
Wonderful. Yeah, very interesting. Yes, Abdelali Biyada, he's one of my best friends, by the way.
Okay,
And we were,
you're one of my best friends now. You're one of my best friends now.
thank you.
It's my
And
pleasure.
we were classmates at the university back to 2005. And his
Uh-huh.
question, is it possible to teach all language aspects by using music?
That's a very interesting question. You can do that. You can do that, but you should have right people and right training and very, very, very creative teachers.
Yeah, that's interesting. Wonderful.
Not all teachers can do that.
Mhm.
That's a good statement I'd like to state. You know, there are numerous teachers, there are plenty of teachers all over the world, but can they do the same way I do or follow? Maybe yes, maybe no. But still, if you have the right people, the right training, and the right technique, you will be able to have the amazing results that I have done.
Yeah, that's interesting again. Yeah, thank you. Another question is, what about some teachers who may feel shy or embarrassed to sing in front of their students? How would you help them? So what piece of advice would you give to those types of teachers?
Well, that's a very sensitive question. You know, sometimes I consider myself as shy person, but you should, since you're a teacher, you should enjoy the dance. You know, you should, because if you enjoy teaching and enjoy learning, you gotta give it all you have got and just enjoy it.
Yeah.
If you are shy, it's okay, but with practice, for example, you have more classes, practice and more experience, you have more skills, you may able to get over shyness.
Very
Because
interesting. Yeah.
if you are a good speaker or a good teacher, if you are shy, that's not a positive thing, even for your own, for yourself, for your own sake, and for your students' sake.
Yeah, great, wonderful. Yeah. And I mean, um, some teachers, yes, they feel very shy, but we as educators, we as teachers, we should wear different hats. Sometimes you are a singer, an actor, a guide. So it's okay to sing in front of your classes. So for Mr. Rabia Ghassas, hello, I just have a question. So which is the best? Using classical songs, Kulthum songs, or modern ones with different generations?
Since music is an amazing and it's amazing approach, and I listen to music, you listen to music, I listen to Kulthum, you listen to Kulthum. Why not? You can teach your students Kulthum. Why not? For example, بعيد عنك حياتي عذاب. No problem. Away from you, my life is in distress. It's okay.
Wonderful, yes.
Like this. Away from you, my life is in distress. Away from you, my life in distress. It's okay.
Great. Yeah, thank you. Selwa Lehna, How can EFL teachers enter this type of teaching by music for classes that never experienced this?
Um, it depends on, is the lady a good singer? So I'm asking you, are you a good singer?
Yeah,
Is she a good singer?
maybe, yeah.
Well, if she is a good singer, she can break the ice and just go ahead, go for it.
Good. Yeah, another very interesting question raised by Mr. Mbark Ahlal. And by the way, Mbark Ahlal is one of the very famous English language teaching figures here in Morocco. He's a trainer, a professor, and he has a great impact on the English language teaching community in Morocco. And his question, first he said, thanks for the topic, very interesting. Can you be more precise about the right teacher? What do you mean by the right teacher?
The right teacher should be able to share, care, dare, being creative, cross limits, being like music.
Okay, thank you. Yeah. Hidayah Khadija is a teacher trainee at Pyramid Rabat. She's the future teacher. How can we implement music in our classroom without making it look childish, especially when dealing with teenagers?
Each level is different. For example, when you're teaching kindergarten students, well, that's a completely different process. If you are teaching adults, that's going to be a different process. So it depends on your class. But if you prepare, if you prepare, plan pretty well, the class goes well because each class is different. For example, I teach classes at ninth grade. Ninth grade is different from other grades. That's why you have to come up with something creative according to the grade that you're teaching.
Wonderful, yes. So Kain Abdul another teacher trainee. We have a lot of teacher trainees here.
No problem.
So teachers with a bad voice shouldn't try this music approach.
I think you should give it a go. Maybe you could be a guest singer. Give it a go.
Wonderful, yeah. Yeah, me too. I have a bad voice, but I all the time sing with my learners. I
It's
am
that
sailing, and you start singing. Don't care, because your
that's
job is
oh,
not to have, sorry,
that's
your
correct.
job as a teacher is not to have a good voice, but to meet the needs and wants of your learners by the end of the lesson.
That's absolutely correct. But if you have, even if you don't have a good voice, if you have right instruments or for example, a good guitar, a good guitarist, even if you have terrible voice, you can do that.
Yes, wonderful, yeah.
But if you have a great voice and you have great musical instruments, the result is
Perfect.
marvelous.
Wonderful, yeah, very interesting. Okay. Abdulaziz, his question, how could a teacher manage the class, especially some misbehaving attitudes, while adopting this technique? I mean, sinning.
Um, Sometimes we as teachers, we plan something before class, but when the action rolls, we have different things that happen in class. So a good teacher or um, a good teacher should be well prepared. Even your plan doesn't work out properly, you got to just change the plan and adapt yourself. There will be there will be good things in the class, there'll be not good things in the class, but as a teacher you are in charge of what's going in the class.
Very, yeah, great. Yeah. There's another very interesting question by Abdul Ali Biyada. So, as a teacher, what are the most important things you consider before starting your musical English lesson?
What are
The most important things you consider before starting your musical English lesson?
well, there are many things that I take into consideration. One of them is the environment that I'm in, the environment and the students' ages, students' levels, and today's topic. For example, if I'm teaching or talking about literature, talking about grammar, if I'm teaching vocabulary. So I have to take in consideration like the environment, the level of students, and performance, and the plan for a class.
Yeah, very interesting. Good. Um, um, Yusuf Nuhi said the voice is not important. And Muhammad Amin Lotfi, I think a teacher should give it a try and go ahead. Students will love it and will help you eventually. Good.
Yes, that's our job, to let students have fun.
Mhm. Yeah, wonderful. Very interesting. Good. So, I mean, to end this presentation, we would love you to sing for us. So, you are the teacher. I'm going to be the learner, and our audience, the learner as well. So, can you teach us something for less than 3 or 2 or 4 minutes?
Uh, I think I can come with a four words.
Yes.
4 words, it won't be like more than a minute. This is an English proverb. This is an English proverb. It's called easy come, easy go, let's go.
So, easy come, easy go. Let's go.
Let's go. So, for
Wonderful.
example, when I say one, easy, come, easy, go, let's go. Ready?
Uh-huh.
So let's try it, for example, easy, come, easy, go, let's go. Or you can do like this: easy come, easy go, let's go. Easy come, easy go, let's go. Easy come, easy go, let's go. 1, 2, 3.
Easy come, easy go. Let's go.
You
Easy,
missed it. No. Easy.
easy.
Come,
Come,
easy,
easy.
go. Then easy come, easy go. Ready?
Wonderful. Yes.
Ready?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
Easy. Come, easy, go. Let's go. Easy
Easy
come, easy
come,
go.
easy
Let's
go.
go.
Let's go. Easy come, easy go. Let's go.
Go. Wonderful. Yeah. I guess the second way is very important when you are using your body language better than the first one.
Absolutely, absolutely.
That's
The way the
amazing.
way
Okay.
the way we talk is quite important in a class.
Yeah. So many I mean, the audience here are repeating your words. Easy come, easy go. Let's go. Okay.
Or like this, or like this. Oh, easy come, easy go. Let's go. Easy come, easy go. Let's go. Easy come, easy go. Let's
Go.
All right.
Great. Yeah, that's really amazing. Okay, using music in EFL classes. Yusuf Nuhi said it's like rap music.
It's like what?
Rap music.
Rap? No, that's not rap, my friend. I'm teaching culture.
Okay.
But
Good.
if you consider, I beg your pardon, if I may answer this nice question. If you consider this rap, it's up to you, but it's not rap. For example, if you sing rap like this, I'm not doing. I'm just, I have the words, and with simple, moves and simple things.
Yes. So basically, you are interested in using music composed by you. So you don't use other songs, English songs?
We use plenty of songs, and moreover, I use my own lyrics, my own sentences, which I compose and create during class and beyond the class. Sometimes, for example, with the grammar thing, grammar thing. I think last time we talked about passive voice, for example, at one of the classes. Passive voice usually is used with verb 3. So it's like this: passive voice, verb 3, verb 3, passive voice. So like this. So each context is different. Each each approach is different. Each topic is different. And I have, for example, grammar topic, I have list I follow. And sometimes I come up with the creative things. I create new things during the class.
Good. So basically, when you teach, I mean, the four skills like reading, writing, speaking, do you plan that on one of the stages you are going to sing with them, or it comes like that?
Sometimes I plan. Sometimes, as I said earlier, a good teacher always plans before a class. But sometimes what you plan doesn't go applies in class. That's why you have to be ready for everything.
Very interesting. Yeah. Yeah. What about, I mean, the other classes? Don't you think that using music in every single class may disturb your neighbors?
That's correct. But my friend, I'm not using music like 40 minutes or 30 minutes. For example, we have academic things, rigorous thing. We have things to follow in class, but it's like 2 minutes, 3 minutes, like that.
Great.
It's
Yeah.
not like 40 minutes we're having the whole musical band and we're having guitarists and as our friend said, rock stars and rappers. No, it's just it's not a long time.
Very interesting. Yeah. Muhammad Amin Lotfi, would it be better to use it such kind of music as a warm up or at the end of the session, or maybe both?
It depends on your class, my friend. It depends on your class. If you would like to use it as a warm up, why not? If you'd like to use it in, for example, like in the middle, why not? If you'd like to use it at the end, why not? It's up to you. You are authorized to do this, but it's my technique. All rights
Great.
reserved.
Yeah, that's really interesting. Yeah, and I mean, many people here are appreciating what you are doing. Amazing. That's great. Very interesting. A lot of fun. Yeah. So, what piece of advice would you give to our international audience about using music in EFL classes?
Again, my friend, I beg your pardon.
What piece of advice would you give to our international audience about using or how to use music in EFL classes? The valuable piece of advice.
For example, how can we use music in all classes?
In EFL, English as a foreign language.
In EFL, English as a foreign language. That's quite simple because since you are an EFL student or ESL student, the purpose is just to communicate with the language. So my method is extremely useful and fruitful because when we teach EFL and ESL students, our purpose is to let them enjoy and let them learn the 4 basic skills.
Good. Yeah. And there is the last question here. What about religious students who do not like music in classes? How would you react? How would you deal with this situation?
We are humans. We deal with them as humans. I'm a human. They are human as well.
Okay. So if they say no, how would you react?
And no problem. I say all love and kindness and respect.
Great. Yeah, that's very interesting. Yeah, we really have enjoyed your presentation.
It's my pleasure.
It's very inspiring, and it has changed a lot of ideas for many teachers that we don't have to use music for as a lesson for one session, but you can teach a lesson, and from time to time you can have 1 or 2 minutes singing.
Yeah,
with
sometimes here, sometimes there. So you can do that.
Okay. Yes, thank you so much, Mr. Mehamet, for your insightful presentation. And we are very glad again to share with our international audience your expertise in this topic. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
It's my pleasure, and have a wonderful time. And my regards for the people from Morocco and Africa, and looking forward to see you in Ankara at our school.
Yeah, and you are most welcome if you come to Morocco.
Absolutely.
Very welcome.
Appreciate that. Thank you for the kind invitation.
Yeah, it's our pleasure. Thank you. And don't forget that Global Bus Foundation every single Friday organizes the International English Language Teaching Webinar. We invite very special guest speakers who share with you very interesting topics related to English language teaching. So don't forget, next Friday with a new special guest speaker. Thank you. Goodbye, everyone.
Have a
Goodbye,
lovely
Mr. Mehmet.
time. Ciao.
Thank you.